Good morning. Welcome back to part 3, take 2 of my venture into lure fishing. I say take 2. I came out on Saturday. It's now Monday morning. I've got to be at work in about an hour. This is how desperate I am to break this duck. I set off nice and early. It was daybreak. It's now. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning now. And I was determined. I was going to break the duck. I was determined. I was going to get my first lure caught fish on the bank. I've had a lot of feedback actually from well, I'll kick this off by saying I'm blown away by the amount of response I've had. I've had lots of people watching my videos, certainly more than I expected, and also lots of people messaging me privately and commenting on my YouTube videos to sort of give me little hints and tips and bits of advice and stuff, which is, you know, it's fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant. I wasn't expecting that kind of response at all, really. So I've watched and I've read what everybody said, and I've taken that, and then I've gone and watched my videos back and sort of gone, right, well, he said that I should try doing this, and that makes a lot of sense when I watch my videos, slowing everything down, you know, trying to retrieve slightly different in a slightly different way, etc. And I went out and I thought, I'll try all of that. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to put all this into practice and see where I go. Went out at 6 o'clock in the morning, spent about 4 hours out there, caught absolutely diddly squat. Nothing, not a sausage. Didn't even get a knock. I think I might have had one little knock, something like that. It wasn't great at all. So I came home, obviously, a little bit. I'm not bothered about blanking. I'm really not bothered. As I said in my previous video, blanks are just one of the things that I have to go through, and that's absolutely fine. However, I do want to get my first lure caught fish on the bank, and that's frustrating me a little bit. So anyway, I spent about 4 hours out there, caught nothing, went back on the Saturday evening, and then realised that I was in a town centre on a Saturday evening and there was groups of people around, and I just didn't feel comfortable, and I thought there's no point getting myself into any bother here, so I just went home. So my third and fourth outing, if you like, ended in a blank. Got home, went straight on the internet, had a look for, asked some questions on Facebook and had a bit of look around the interwebs, and I found the next stretch of the canal, the same canal I've been fishing, further down, is a club water. So I immediately contacted the club. Can I sort out some membership? Yes, you can. Bosh, bash, bosh. Long story short, I've now got a different stretch of the canal, which is a lot cleaner. The water clarity is so much better. I mean, I was lucky if I could see my lure sort of 3 or 4 inches below the surface on Saturday, whereas here it's a lot better. It's probably about 18 inches down. It's a lot more serene here as well. It's a lot more picturesque. I can hear road noise in the background, but it's nothing like the flyovers and stuff I was fishing under back there. So that's the long and the short of it. I've got about an hour before I need to leave for work. I'm determined. I'm going to break my duck. So let's go. So this is all new to me, and I haven't got long, so I'm not going to go too far. I'm just kind of concentrate around. I've got a lock here, I've got a turning pool just below, and then there's a large bend sweeps around further down. So I'm just going to have a bit of a play around. Oops. That's a great start. That's a great start. Yeah, should I cut that out? Nah, it's all part of it. I'm just going to have a bit of a chuck around here, just get a feel for depth, etc. I've seen some fish topping further back, which is a good sign, obviously. It's just whether they want to take my lure. Now, the water clarity is better here, much better than it is up where I've been fishing before. I mean, I'm probably looking, I can see my lure now, and I'm probably, I'd say a good 2 foot down, and I can see it still, probably even deeper, which is totally different to what I've been dealing with. So that's a good thing. Now, What that does throw up is, I've been fishing with dark coloured lures in coloured water, because that's the advice that I've sort of picked up generally, but this is a lot clearer now, so I'm thinking maybe I need to try something a bit brighter. On Saturday I did try all creature baits for the first time, and different retrieve patterns and all this stuff, but nothing was working. So it's just going to be a case of more experimentation, I think, and seeing what gives. But maybe this morning will be my first lure caught fish, who knows. Yeah, it's much more peaceful down here as well. I don't mind a bit of in fact I quite kind of like the idea of what they call it, street fishing, urban fishing, but sometimes I just like a bit of peace and quiet to to relax, rather than busy roads and flyovers and stuff. So it's nice to be down here, and I'm guessing because this is a club water as well, it's less heavily fished, I would assume. One of the things that I kind of thought might be worth trying, watching my previous videos back, was I think I was probably moving too fast in every sense, retrieving too quickly, and not spending enough time in each location. You know, not actually giving a chance to fish out. Now I've just had a couple of little nudges there, but I'm not sure if it was just catching on the bottom. I'll keep trying. So yeah, I'm trying to sort of give everywhere a little bit more of a chance and slow my retrieve down a little bit. I've been in a little bit too much of a hurry, I think, all around. So I'm just trying to take my time a little bit more. Let's have a little go in the lock here as I walk back down. So I haven't got a great deal of time, so I'm not going to go too far today. So I think I'll just concentrate around this lock. Got a snag there. One thing I'm not sure about, actually, which occurred to me the other day, is whether it's worth actually fishing creature baits. I'm just trying to see how deep it is here. Whether it's worth actually fishing creature baits. I don't know if there are actually any crayfish or anything in this stretch of the canal. But I guess now I'm actually in a club properly, and I have the resources available to speak to other members, etc. It's actually a lot deeper than I thought. Of course it is. It's a lot, Graham. What are you doing? So yeah, some questions I need to ask as I go on.
I'm wondering if it's worth trying a crankbait. I've got a couple of little Rapala hard baits in my box. I don't know if it's worth trying one of those, perhaps. So I'm going to switch to a TRD, Z-Man TRD tubes in the California Craw pattern, I think this one is. I'm going to try that. Still on a 3 gram cheb. There is still a lot of weed floating around. I don't think there's as much boat traffic down here. There's quite a lot of sort of reeds and that clogged up in the lock further up there, so I'm guessing there's not as much traffic. One thing I need to do, the club that I've now joined to fish this stretch advocates barbless hooks, so I just need to nip the barb on this, which I haven't got my glasses on, so trying to see that is a challenge. Coming from fishing commercials for match fishing, of course everywhere is barbless. It's most places they'll ban you if you're caught with a barb on your hook, so I'm quite used to fishing with barbless. It doesn't bother me at all, but I don't think I've seen any lures or sort of lure fishing type hooks that I haven't quite got that come barbless, so I'm having to crush the barb, which isn't too much of a problem. Just trying to twitch this little bait along the bottom, giving it a few seconds to settle. It's obviously Z-Man elastic, so it's buoyant, so in theory what I've got in my head is that it's jigging along the bottom and then it stops and stands up, and of course in the back of these tubes they've got the tentacles, so I'm hoping they're going to be waving around in the air. And I mean, if I was a perch, I'd want that for my breakfast. Sounds ideally perchy. I can see some bubbles over there and a bit of movement, so we'll see. We can just keep trying. I've got about realistically about 15 minutes of fishing left before I'm going to have to walk back to the cart. But if I don't catch in the next 15 minutes, I'll keep coming back. Maybe after work this evening, or possibly again tomorrow morning, and I'll keep trying. And I won't put this video out until I've got a fish. So there you go. Because nobody wants to watch a fishing video without any fish, because you know. I've been watching a lot of guys on YouTube, and I do love YouTube. It's brilliant. I'm watching London Perch Finder, Perch Finder TV on YouTube, Adam Jones, and I've learned a lot from him. I've been listening to his podcast as well. He did a podcast with Brett Davis called the Lure Fishing Rodcast. They did about 8 episodes a couple of years ago. I have spoken to Adam via Instagram message, and he has said that he will be doing some more podcasts. But yeah, I learned a lot from just listening to those two, and watching Adam's videos have been great. So he's been a great resource. And also a guy who actually, I think he fishes this stretch of the canal actually, Ginger Fisherman, seems to be very popular. He's really good, and I'm really enjoying watching his videos as well, as long as plenty of others. You know, Life on the Bank, Nick, he's great. Snagged Bros, of course. There's some really good content out there, but the thing is, the reason it's good content is because they're actually catching fish. So I don't think anybody wants to watch just several videos of me blanking, because I'm sure that's not good for the algorithms. And like I said before, I'm not making these videos to get views and subs and all this kind of stuff. I'm making these videos for myself. I'm learning by watching my videos back, listening to people's advice, and watching my videos and comparing them to what other people are doing. Is helping me an awful lot. I know there are fish over there, I can see them moving. I've got about 5 minutes left.
So back at the car. Incredibly bright sun. So I've had an hour up there this morning, nothing doing, nothing caught. I'm not going to put this video out. Spoiler alert, there will be a fish caught in this video. I'm going to come back maybe after work this evening, if not tomorrow morning. I'm going to just keep coming back and plugging until I get my first lure caught fish, because nobody wants to watch a fishing video with no fish in it. So I'm determined. Much more comfortable down here. It feels a lot better. It feels a lot fishier, if you like. The water's cleaner. It's just a nicer place to be. So I'll be back in the next day or two, and hopefully we'll put that first fish in the net. I'll keep trying.
Right, so we're back at the same place. It's the following morning. It's now Tuesday morning. It's about 10 to 6. I'm going to try something a bit different. I asked on the club Facebook group like yesterday for any tips or pointers for fishing this place, and a few people replied, and the general consensus seemed to be for more spinners and crankbaits. So I haven't got much to choose from. I've got a couple of these little Rapalas in my box of little 4 grams. So I thought I'd try one of them. They might be a little bit too deep swimming for here, but it seemed to be the general consensus was either spinners or cranks. So that's what I've gone for this morning. I've put a ready-made Fox wire trace on. I'm just going to have a go. I've never fished with a crank before, never fished with a wire trace. I don't think I've ever even fished with anything with trebles on. So this could be interesting. So I'm just going to have a gentle chuck just to sort of feel my way. I say this might be a little bit too deep swimming, but I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. I'm just going to go a very slow retrieve. Those little twitches. Weather conditions are quite different this morning. It's well, that seems to be swimming okay. It's quite overcast this morning, and there's quite a breeze as well, so it was flat, calm and bright skies yesterday morning at this time. I say I'm just determined to put a fish on the bank. I may be doing this wrong. I've watched a couple of videos about fishing hard baits. So looking at this, it's actually floating. Right, okay, so I've just brought that up under my feet there to sort of see what's happening. And it looks like it's actually a floating lure, which is quite good. And then obviously when you crank it, it obviously dives down. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing or what. But what can we do but try? Let me drag up a little bit. Yeah, I can see that coming through the water now. There's actually quite a nice action on that. So I'll keep plugging away. The first guy that replied to me suggested is it an Onyx number 2? And I had a quick Google because I didn't know what that was. And it's like more like a, I don't know, what do you call it? Do you call that a spoon? It's more like a, what I would call a traditional, is it MEPS style spinner. So I may pick a couple of those up. Right, okay, I can, because the water clarity is good here, I can actually see, ooh, now there's a thing, I've got to be careful here because I've got that wire trace on. I just reeled that in a little bit too far and it sort of jammed up against the rod eye, the tip eye. Yeah, so I'll pick a couple of those up, I think. I'm not actually sure if this rod is designed for spinning. This is a Westin W3 street stick, 2 to 10 gram, 7'1", and it's a Shimano Vanford 3000 reel. So I can see that that's going really nice underwater there. So you go, yeah, I've got to be careful about reeling this in too far, or else I'm going to get myself into bother. Oh, again, I can definitely see fish moving there. Nice slow retrieve now, just steady. Little twitch. Little twitch. The wind's just taking every cast. It wasn't something I planned on trying with hard baits. I wanted to try and stick with soft plastics initially and sort of move on to cranks later, but it'd be foolish of me to ignore the advice that I've been given from, let's say, guys who fished this stretch for however many years. So yeah, I could do with something slightly heavier. I'm really struggling to get any distance on that cast. I would like to get right up into the bay like I was yesterday with me jig and my cheb. really like the action on that coming through the water. It's lovely, and also this has got a rattle in it as well, so well, didn't go where I went. Typical when I try and compensate for the wind dies down. I think I can get it out. Twitch, there you go. Picked up some weed though, or reed rather than weed. I've as I said yesterday, I've crushed the trebles down on this. The club does advocate use of barbless hooks, which is fine by me coming from match fishing. Obviously most commercial venues now require barbless hooks, so I'm used to that. It's not a problem, but let's say it's just hard to find, or I've not found any predator tackle that comes with barbless hooks, so I'm just having to crush or nip these down. I did check with the club that was okay to do, and I've been told it's okay, so that's fine. I think I'll have one more cast out to there, and because I'm struggling to get to where I want to be, I might just have a wander a little bit further up. I'm trying to find a more castable to feature. Kingfisher just flew past me there. That was lovely. Nice thing to see first thing in the morning. Just whizzed right across under my feet. And there were flocks of, in fact both mornings, when I pulled up yesterday morning, it was exactly the same, around about the same time, and there were flocks of, I think were jackdaws, flying over along the canal, which is quite nice. Seagulls, flock of seagulls flying up high, all chatting to each other as they go, which is lovely. Which goes back to what I said in the previous videos about one of the reasons why I'm quite happy to go home on a blank, because ooh, now then. Something had a look then. Something definitely had a look then. Right, I shall pop another cast or two up there. Yeah, something had a bit of a sniff at that. It didn't actually take, I just saw it bow wave away. Kind of popped up and had a look, and right, okay. Is that tangled? It is tangled. That's not going to help. Fish on. Hey, decent fish as well. Yeah, I just sort of came further up towards the lock and chucked it out under this tree in front of me, and it looks like a little pike. Happy days. Nicely hooked right in the corner of its mouth. Oh blimey, well that feels good. Broke to me duck, which is all that matters. Now I've just got to fumble around with my net and hope I don't lose him. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh. Happy days. Happy days. Oh, it's only a little jack, but that'll do for me. That'll do for me. I'm just going to hold him in the water there for a second while I get my unhooking mat. Literally, wow, okay, yeah, I could try and be cool about this and go, oh yeah, it's just a fish and I've caught a fish and it's great, but actually no, I can't be cool about it because I am so happy now. Yeah, lovely. Right, okay. Whew. So he's nicely hooked in the corner of his mouth. My hands are shaking. Come here, fella. Hook's gone in the net as well. There we go. Let's have this out of here. And that's that. I'm absolutely trembling. Right, let's get him back. Go on, mate. Thank you. Oh. Happy days. Happy days. Now that bit of excitement's over, we'll carry on fishing. So yeah, I literally, I was walking up towards the lock gates, which are there, and I just thought, oh, I'll just have a quick chuck under that tree, because that's near where I said earlier I thought I saw something following. I thought I'll just have one chuck under there, and I didn't have the camera on, obviously, and it literally hit the water and wallop. Oh, happy days. Like, oh, like I say, it's only a little jack, but to me, he's a monster. Oh. Well, that's just made my working day, my day a little bit happier. So that's only the second pike I've ever caught. The first one was kind of not even deliberate. I caught a little roach or something, and you know, as they do sometimes, I was reeling in and it grabbed me roach and wouldn't let go. So I managed to get it into my landing net. But of course, once it kind of realised its numbers were up, it just let go. And I don't think I actually even picked it up. I think I just let it swim away. Just because I hadn't really caught it. It was the roach I was after. So yeah, that's me. I'm going to chalk that as my first ever pike. I didn't weigh him or measure him, as you know. Although it is a PB. It is a PB. So happy. Let's try down by the wall here. Last cast. Just mend the line. Oh, missed it. Oh, missed it, and he's tangled me. That could be why I missed it, possibly. Right, I'm going to go back after him. That's not my last cast. I'm going to have one more. Ooh. I think that was a better fish as well. Okay, one more cast. Same spot. Come on, fella, this time. Right, this is definitely last one. No matter what happens. Right, that's it. That's it. that was a great session. I really enjoyed that, obviously. as you can tell, I'm a little bit excited. And I've finally broken my duck, which is just brilliant. Just brilliant. Right, back to the car. So, back in the car, and much happier. Finally broken me duck, so I'm well chuffed indeed. Time's now 7 o'clock, so I need to get wriggling and get off to work, otherwise I'm going to be late. But no, that's I'm happy now. That's it. Happy. Only little jack pike, but first fish on a lure, first pike, proper pike I've ever caught. First time fishing a crankbait. Oh, yeah, just brilliant, and happy Teddy. Right, thank you very much everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. I thank you for all the advice, the comments, the tips, the messages that people have sent me. Thanks for watching. I honestly, I am so happy, and over the course of the last few sessions, I've managed to work my way through it. And really, a lot of it's come from YouTube, but a lot of it's come from the little bits of tips and advice that you guys have passed on to me. So, because that's kind of focused me as I've read your comments and your messages. I've kind of gone, right, okay, so let's look back at my video, see what I'm doing. All right, I see what he means now. Watching somebody else like Ginger Fisherman or Adam Jones, someone like that fishing, and then I go, right, okay, I can see what they mean now, and it all comes together. And I think finally I'm kind of getting it now, and I know where I'm going wrong. I think, well, I don't even know if I was going wrong. I think there's been a bit of bad luck from the weather and water conditions and stuff, but I'm feeling more in tune with actually fishing now. So this is brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Honestly, thank you. I'm so happy. I make no apologies. I'm a little bit giddy right now. Right, I shall catch you guys later. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully be back with more fish very soon. More fish, not and fish, more fish. Thank you guys. Catch you later. Bye bye.